So I recently turned 40, and as my mom always said, if you wake up after 40 and nothing hurts, you're probably dead. So I think it's a great opportunity to check out some of the cooler health-related gadgets and to feel better about ourselves and to be more aware of where our health is going. So let's get started. This video is not sponsored by any of the brands I mentioned, but those are the brands that I myself use basically daily, and all the links in the description are affiliate links. So there's no cost increase for you, but a little bit of commission for me. So thank you. And I want to start with sleep and activity. And my favorite gadget for sleep tracking is actually the Ultrahuman Air. It's this tiny little ring on your finger, comes in different sizes, and it can measure your heart rate, sleep quality, skin temperature, VO2, and it tracks exercise as well. I've been wearing it for over a year now. I really like how it looks. I like how it feels because it's very, very lightweight. You're probably familiar with its biggest competitor, the Oura Ring. The difference is that this ring does not charge you any subscription, and unlike the Oura Ring, it's flat in all the sides and it's a little bit more flush with the finger. A very clear way and very clear and actionable way to track your sleep and measures your sleep depth. The cool thing is that once I got the ring, I actually started sleeping more. Ever since I've been young, I've been sleeping very few hours, like 5 hours a night at most. And while that kind of felt enough, that's definitely not healthy. Since I have the ring, I'm sleeping 7 to 8 hours like a normal human being, and my sleep quality has increased a lot. Many times I kind of wake up in the morning, I don't know, 6 a.m. Did I sleep enough? Well, let's check my sleep score. No, let's go back to sleep. That's it. Easy. And the Ultrahuman Ring Air syncs all its data to Google Fit or Apple Health and to other applications as well. So you can get your sleep score or your heart rate or your other metrics in your central fitness app. Now, the ring comes in a specific size, so you need to order specifically. Like my ring is size 10. If you don't know your size, you can order a sizing kit, which has all the different sizes and different materials. This is the matte gray one. You can get it in different materials, including gold, including shiny metal, all of that for $1. The ring itself is $349, and unlike others, no subscription. You buy it once and you just wear it. That's awesome. Okay, now that we've slept properly and we had a good night's sleep, well, what's the first thing we do in the morning? Eat something. How about we track our food intake? Ultrahuman has another product, a product called Ultrahuman M1. And the M1 is a better product from Ultrahuman that helps you keep track of your metabolic health. So essentially it helps you keep the glucose levels and see how different types of food impacting your exercise ability, impacting your focus, sleep, and all the kind of everything else we do in life. Ultrahuman kind of advertises it as a hardware product. They don't make it very clear on their website, but the reality is that it's actually a regular Abbott constant glucose meter sensor that is well integrated with Ultrahuman software and with a little Ultrahuman sticker on top. What I was actually very surprised with is how this constant glucose meter, that is actually was designed for diabetics, how easy it is to apply and how I actually do not feel it on my body at all. The application process took essentially like literally a second. It's completely painless and I don't feel it on my body even when I sleep, even when I lie on the sensor. It's tiny, it's small, I go to the shower with it, I sleep, it's there. In fact, a few times I forgot it's there, and then I had like to just look, is it even there? So I'm actually very surprised by how small and efficient those sensors became, and actually I feel a lot more comfortable that Ultrahuman did not make their own sensor, but used something that is off the shelf. Thing is that here in the US, you do need a prescription to get a CGM sensor. And the way Ultrahuman goes around that is that when you order it, you actually get a prescription from a doctor before it's being shipped. The whole process was very transparent and easy. But what was really, really interesting for me, like the The sensor integrates really well with the Ultrahuman app, and it can combine with the data it gets from the ring. It can really give you score on how fueled you are before exercise, how well your sleep is, and how different foods impact your sleep, and how different types of food impact your body in general. I learned a lot about how food impacts my body and what not to do as well. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be now super conscious about everything I eat, but I generally eat pretty healthy. So I highly recommend doing that, even if just for 2 weeks or 1 month, to learn better about your own body. The sensor is $249 a month with a subscription from Ultrahuman, so basically they will send it to you throughout the year. It's a tiny little bit more expensive than just buying the Abbott glucose meter sensor directly without insurance, but here you kind of get it integrated with the Ultrahuman, or you can buy just one pack which costs $300 one, or like $600 for 6 months, and sometimes you can get it with a discount, especially that considering Ultrahuman are still running the M1 sensor as a beta test. Okay, so now that we ate a little bit, what's next? Next is water, and I am terrible at it. I'm constantly dehydrated. I drink 3 coffees a day and 0 bottles of water. So what's the solution? Well, this is the Water.io water bottle. Now, it looks like a regular water bottle, like a simple, just regular water bottle. But look what happens when I tilt it a little bit. You see that orange light here? That orange light indicates I did not drink enough today. So let's take a sip. That light changes from orange to green if I drank enough. And that's the main feature of that water bottle, is that it actually tracks how much water you drink in a day. You can choose different patterns, different colors for the reminders. It will essentially remind you to drink water throughout the day. You set a goal, and then different points it will vibrate and blink with different colors and make sure you're drinking enough. And if throughout the day you're not on pace to finish the goal you have set, it will show this green color. And if you hit your target, well, then it will show this cool rainbow effect. They really gamified the process of drinking, and I think they did a really good job with it. The app connects well with the bottle. The battery in that, basically the whole technology, all the smarts are within the cap itself. So everything is like, you can see here the sensors and all the kind of light and all of that. But then the app is very gamified as well. The bottle itself is just a pretty standard water bottle. It doesn't have too much insulation or anything, but you know, it's not too heavy, not too complicated either. The bottle itself is dishwasher safe. The cap is not, so keep that in mind. One thing that I really find annoying is that they went with kind of a custom charger. See that? A custom charger here, which is kind of connects with their own proprietary cable to USB-A. So first, it's not USB-C, and second, why it's not USB-C in the cap itself? I mean, it was either anyway, you use that space. The water bottle itself is $69.99 for the 17 oz one, this one, and $79.99 for the 25 oz one. All right, we got our sleep in order, we got our food in order, we got our hydration in order. Well, now let's keep an eye on this, on our weight. And the next gadget on that list is the Garmin Index S2. Now, I'm gonna say it right off the bat, this scale is expensive. However, after checking and reviewing many different scales, this is the most precise scale on the market. And honestly, if you're sensitive to your weight, you want the scale to be precise. You don't want to be guessing, is it working? Is it precise? Is it good? No, you want to know that it is precise, that this is the scale for you. So yes, this is the scale for you. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Garmin ecosystem in general because it does not sync with Google Fit or Apple Health and so on. But what I like about these scales in particular is that they don't just take your body weight. They show your weight, they show your BMI, your body fat, your muscle mass, bone mass, and body water percentage. So you can see that all this food you're consuming and all this water you're drinking is actually retained properly in your body, and what are the different metrics of your body. It also can detect who exactly is standing on the scale, so you have multiple profiles. It syncs really well with the Garmin app, and honestly, they just look absolutely gorgeous. Like, the screen is beautiful, the scale itself is really well designed. It's not something you want to hide, it kind of decorates your bedroom or your kind of bathroom, wherever you keep your scales. Now, while Garmin Connect is a decent app, it unfortunately doesn't sync to Google Fit natively. However, there's a third-party app called HealthSync, link in the description below like everything else, which allows you to sync Garmin Connect to Google Fit, Apple Health, and a bunch of other health and fitness apps. It costs $3 for the full package. The basic features are free, and it kind of like an all-encompassing connect between all the different health ecosystems together. So for me, that works really well with Garmin Connect to Google Fit. The Garmin Index S2, like I said before, is not cheap. It is $149 US. However, this scale has been clinically tested and measured against professional sports weight. So if you don't want to wonder, oh, did I gain 3 kilos or whatever, right? Whatever that is in pounds last night, well, you want those scales, and it's really good at tracking it over time and giving you very precise metrics. Okay, with all this hydration, food, and sleep, hopefully we have a healthy heart. And that's where our blood pressure comes in. It's important to monitor our blood pressure. Unfortunately, I personally struggle with blood pressure. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason, because you don't even feel it until it's too late. And even then, it's very hard to know if whatever therapy you're doing helps or not, because you hardly feel any symptoms until it's really extreme. Now, the CheckMe blood pressure monitor, it's a tiny little blood pressure monitor. I mean, that's the size, that's the device. That's compared to the device I used to use before that. This thing, which comes in a big box, a bunch of devices and all that, big and heavy, is compared to this, right? See the difference? So it's the smallest blood pressure device I've seen. And it's not only blood pressure, it also does EKG. It's very fast. It's very quiet and has over like 50 memory slots, so it can remember the last 50 checks you did over time. It's never enough to see just one check. You need to see multiple checks throughout the day or throughout multiple days to see if there is an issue or not, or if whatever you're doing is helping. So it's very good to have those multiple memory slots. It uses an app called vHealth, which is not the best app ever, but it is very decent, and it can sync very native, like it can natively sync with Google Fit very easily, very efficiently. And it also does EKG and does AI analysis of your EKG, which obviously is not a replacement for a doctor, but generally home tests for EKG are not as good as the EKG test you would do with a doctor. The device costs $89 on Amazon, but you know the little trick when Amazon does with a little checkbox, like coupon code? So for that one, they have $20 coupon code. So it ends up costing $69. And then the last device I use to kind of track my health is my Tag Heuer connected Calibre E4. I've been asked many times what is the watch I'm wearing, including in comments on this channel, and while I love how that watch looks like, I honestly cannot recommend it to somebody who is not a fan of Tag Heuer as a brand. Because essentially, while the hardware itself is beautiful, the software is mediocre at best. And what you're getting here is an $1,800 Android Wear watch that can do less than a $399 Pixel watch can do. With that said, it has beautiful watch faces that come from Tag Heuer themselves. The hardware looks beautiful and it's water resistant, all of that stuff. And then it has a lot of activity and sports measures, or fitness tracking, training, and all that kind of stuff, which syncs obviously with Google Fit very efficiently. Again, $1,800 for an Android Wear watch, when you can get something like the Pixel watch for $399, or something like the Mobvoi TicWatch for $261, like that kind of the prices. Yeah, not a good deal unless you're a fan of the brand. All right. I hope that my health journey has been helpful for you. As always, I over-engineer everything in my life, including my health. So maybe in some places you will over-engineer yours as well. And leave a comment if you don't agree with anything here or you have other gadgets I should check out. And I'll see you next time I feel like making a video. Bye bye.